Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Ikambude, and I'm a student of International Business University, Toronto. And today I'll be making a presentation on macroeconomics, supervised by Dr. Robert Compton. And we have a case study, the Kimberley process. But before we go into the talking about the Kimberley process, we have to understand a little bit about what macroeconomics is all about for those who might not know. So macroeconomics is a branch of economics that actually examines the aggregate behavior of all the economics actors, such as uh, GPD, fiscal money policies, government policies, international monetary policies, and finance. And this branch of economics actually examine um, how businesses are done and how services are rendered and how government policies of these individual countries that are involved in these trades, how the policies affect the general performance of the entire business process. So for the Kimberley process, we are actually examining the post post case and its effect on a particular country, which is a Sierra Leone. And this is coming after the examination of the last research made by associates Joel Boombank on the effect of the Kimberley process on governance, corruption, and internal conflict under the supervision of Krista Henry, senior associate at the Fund for Peace in the spring 2006 at American University. So we are looking at the post-case development after this article was written, because it was actually talking about despite the whole Kimberley process, there are still some challenges, some part of it that needs to be improved on for it to perform more effectively. So we have to talk about what is this Kimberley process. For so many years, for centuries, diamond has been a precious commodity which trades around the globe. But diamond, like every other natural resources, it's actually very easy to move, and it's hard to monitor the process of mining these natural resources. So oftentimes you see private citizens mining this and selling in the black market and making a lot of money to the point where they start challenging the authority of the government and thereby destabilizing such countries. And there are so many countries that are involved. So I'll be particular about countries in Africa, such as Liberia, Sierra Leone, Angola. These are diamond producing countries which have been destabilized by what is tagged as the blood diamond. So, and the process involves countries that are involved in diamond trading registering with this organization or this body, and they're expected to open up to audit and be transparent with all their diamond trades to make sure that diamond doesn't get into the wrong hands. And it involves the Kimberley process, the body issuing a certificate of shipment of rough diamond. As you can see from my slide, you see the countries that are registered with the Kimberley process. They are all it's colored in red, and then some are under suspension. I think Nigeria is part of the countries that have been suspended, and then the gray ones are under. Okay, no. Nigeria is part of the countries under UN sanctions, and probably because this the process of these people trading diamond, it's actually not very transparent. And there is a country in South America that is part of the countries that have been suspended from the import and export of diamond. So let's look at the timeline of the Kimberley process um, since its inception, and why was there a need to have a process that monitors the buying and selling of diamond in the global markets. So for so many years, diamond has been the major source of funds for rebels who were fighting the government of the day in countries that produce diamond. And then in 2000, the UN Security Council made a report that diamond, as illegal diamond trading in the global market has been a source of concern since it's been the major source of funds for rebels that are destabilizing country. And Angola was cited because from uh, from from the record, the major fuel of the major funding, the source of funds for the rebels in Angola then was from diamond. So for that reason, they started thinking, okay, what can we do to actually put a check on how these diamonds are being sold in the international market in such a way that it will not end up in the hands of rebels, and in the end, you see powerful individuals that have made so much money from this diamond trade challenging the government and the authorities of the government. So in 2003, it was founded, and so many countries joined from the previous map. So many countries joined, and then Sierra Leone was part of the country that joined in 2003. And prior to that, the Sierra Leone war that started in 1991 ended around 2020. In 2003, they joined the Kimberley process, and then they followed through the process. And from the time they joined, because they started recording the diamond export from Sierra Leone, any diamond that without the whole certificate or certification would not be able to trade properly in the global market. And when they joined the Kimberley process in 2003, from 2003 to 2004, their exports of diamond on record doubled in revenue. You can see from my slide in 2003 they were exporting about $74 million US dollars worth of diamonds, and in 2004 that number jumped to 126 million US dollars, and it has continued to improve, which to say that the Kimberley process has impact, though it might have had some challenge. There are some challenges, of course, because these things are not easily monitored. For instance, in the case of the diamond is even more harder to monitor how it's being gotten, like the mining. In the case of the alluvial diamond, where erosions and other natural effects can just move the diamond to on those sites where anybody can pick it up. So it's actually hard. These are some of the challenges that the Kimberley process has been following. But regardless, it has had a huge level of success, in my opinion, because I mean Sierra Leone was destabilized for a very long time. Same with Liberia, Angola, and these countries, since they joined the Kimberley process, to a certain extent, security has improved. They've had a stable government that reports the exports of their diamonds. That means more revenue for the people and more money for infrastructural development. So as you can see, since 2004 to 2022, it's been up, 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 up. There were times that it went down, and this is probably the times where there were some challenges. But you can see that it moves really fast, and it's been very stable. And for the fact that this statistics is available for you to see anywhere online, it shows that to a certain extent, the government has been very transparent, and the Kimberley process has put them in check. So do they have a sustainable practice and ethical value? Of course, yes, they do. From online sources and different articles, and written by different people that you see from my references. They have community engagement programs. There are some environmental care programs, such as planting of trees in places where you're mining your diamonds and all of that. And they've been complying with the Kimberley process and the body responsible for that. So these challenges in development, like I said, despite the positive impact, there are still some smugglings, and there are still, some illegal diamond trade. But nonetheless, the Kimberley process since inception in 2003 has greatly improved, has greatly reduced the trade of what is tagged as blood diamond. So my conclusion, it has a positive impact, like I've explained in the past, and it has improved the economy of the Sierra Leonean people, and the government has been stabilized for a period of time. So the Kimberley process has a positive impact. So these are my references. There is an article written in 2005, the Sierra Leone diamond that shines bright but remains dull. You can go check that out. And statistically, you see some statistics about the Sierra Leonean diamond trade records there. And then a guide to the Kimberley process, you can go to the Kimberley online website and check them out. And then you see another article, it's been 25 years since Sierra Leone brutal civil war. Here is what has been on a lot of positive reports. This is by journalist Richard Glenastar in 2016, written for the Washington Post. So thank you for watching this. If there is any question, throw it down in the comment. Bye.